save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I get her, not solo!
You see if I did it? Welcome in live to Heritage Christian High School as the home Heritage Christian boys basketball team welcomes in Shenandoah for tonight's matchup. Tony Donahue alongside Bill Ledlow. Before we break down this matchup,
let's thank some of our sponsors on IndianaSRN. Our yearly sponsors include IUPUI, School of Health and Human Sciences. Begin your journey today. We also want to thank the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Burtner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. We will have our Piper Logistics Player of the Game immediately following this contest here tonight. And, as always, to Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and the community since 1955. First and foremost, Bill, you and I worked a lot of games together. It's been a while. It is so good to be back here in a gym watching basketball with you, and we've got a good one here tonight between Shenandoah and Heritage Christian.
Boy, Tony, don't we? You know, you got the Shenandoah Raiders who are coming in with a new first-year head coach in Rick Ellsworth, and, you know, they miss their former coach, Dave McCullough, who went to Noblesville, I believe. So they're trying to find their niche with Coach Ellsworth and his system. And, Tony, you've been around sports a long time also. When you bring in a new coach, it takes a while to build that chemistry. You know, they're 5-9 right now, but, you know, down the road, come sectional time, I'd kind of watch out for the Shenandoah Ball Club.
Yeah, and you know, when you have a new basketball coach, you discuss work ethic. You discuss who's going to step up, who's going to make those plays, Bill, that don't actually show up in the scorebook, who's going to get down for that extra rebound, who's going to get on the floor for that time of possession, for that jump ball. This is a Shenandoah team where, you know, you've got some senior leadership who have been under another coach for 2 to 3 years. You come in and you still get to know each other throughout the season, and you can't duplicate these games in practice or in the summer. Yes, they sit at 5-9 on the season, but as you know, there's been some really close ones. They've lost 4 out of their last 5, but they've had some really good wins. But when it comes down to Shenandoah, they've got to score points. They're averaging 40 points a game is not going to cut it. They've got to get to the rim and get high percentage baskets here tonight.
Well, you know, you're right. They only score 40 points a game, but the defense has given up 51. So in the same context, you got to score points, but you got to stop them at the other end of the ball, at the other end of the floor. Go after, and you mentioned it, you go after those 50-50 balls and, you know, get the bunnies and all that stuff. And, you know, I think it will come as time moves on for the Shenandoah Ball Club.
And let's talk about Heritage Christian, and you can't talk about Heritage Christian without talking about Miles Colvin, the Purdue commit. We have seen right here on IndianaSRN numerous highlights, putback dunks, three-pointers, breakaway baskets. This guy can do it all for this Heritage Christian program.
You know, and I had a game last week with Troy, our other broadcaster, and we talked about Miles Colvin. And Troy and I was doing a game one time, and I mentioned about how Miles has to get up, and his dad tweeted, he said, I agree with you wholeheartedly. He's got to get up, you know. And if the name Colvin sounds familiar, Roosevelt Colvin, who went to Purdue, and they went with the New England Patriots, won a Super Bowl with them. So Roosevelt knows a little bit about, are you stepping up, are you laying down, you know? Let's not do it, you know. And so I think Miles is going to show up here tonight.
Yeah, great job by Matt here. We got 20 points on the average for Miles Colvin. He averages over 1 assist, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. But as you mentioned, you know, at a level of basketball like this, Bill, when you have a guy who can just take over a basketball game and get you whatever bucket you need, it could be a 3, could be a trip to the free throw line, it could be a drive to the rack and a finish. Colvin does it for you. But he has help. Wiggins is off to a really good start this season. There's a lot of players on this team that maybe they're not averaging those eye-popping numbers for Heritage Christian, but guys like Wiggins, guys like Doss, Allmeyer, even Schnippel off the bench, Doss, these are guys that know their role, and they complement Colvin so well.
You know, and it kind of reminds me of the old Chicago Bulls. You know, you had Michael Jordan, who's going to score his points. But even if you shut him down, you've got other guys out there on the floor that are ready to step up, score points. Yeah, they don't score a lot of points, but they score points when you need them. And then when you're Warren Wallace, the head coach, I think he's in his third year here at Heritage, you know, he's got a good group of guys out there on that floor. Even though they are 7-6 right now, they've had a little struggle, but they've come up big when it needs to be.
And Heritage Christian will have the size advantage tonight, as we know. If you're Shenandoah, the Raiders, what's your approach? You have to box out. You cannot turn over the basketball, and you cannot give up second chance opportunities. Those should be the keys here tonight for Shenandoah.
Yeah, and when if you get a rebound and you're going, you better make sure you score some points at the other end of the floor.
And as we know, Shenandoah only averaging 40 points on the season. That means what that tells you and I, Bill, is very slow tempo. They're going to get into their offensive half-court sets and try to set up a good high-percentage shots. If you're Heritage Christian, how important is it early on here to kind of impose your will and get that back and forth going, because this is the team that can get up and down the court real quick?
Well, I look at Shenandoah's schedule, and I don't think they've seen a player like they're going to see in Miles Colvin tonight. And I think these young men from Shenandoah are going to get their eyes open real quick tonight, you know. So if Miles and Wiggins and Dawson, these other players, if they come out in a fast transition game, it's just going to, like, take the wind right out of Shenandoah's sail.
Yeah, and I don't think Heritage Christian's record of 7-6 really shows what they can do on the basketball court. They're very athletic. They can shoot the basketball. You go back to some of their losses. 6-point loss earlier on in the season to a school out of Ohio. 3-point loss to Chittard. 1-point loss to Guerin. 5-point loss to Cecina. These are games that you're talking 2 to 3 possessions that they've had a chance to close out and win. They've blown out their opponents in 6 of their last 7 contests, winning by 20, winning by 50, winning by 10, 19. Obviously that close win against Triton Central. They lose to Chittard in the city tournament last week, but 6 out of their last 7 wins have came, Bill, because they've been able to impose their will and get second chance opportunities and convert from the free throw line. This is a very good free throw shooting team.
Right, and you look at the other game too, Tony, the Covenant Christian game. You know, they got beat by 10, but I was watching that because we had it on IndianaSRN that night, and they possibly had a chance to win that game. And then Covenant, again, just took over and come away with a 10-point win. So, you know, you got to hit your free throws too, Tony. You know, Coach and I talk all the time. When you go to the free throw line, there's nobody guarding you.
Yeah.
By golly, you better make them because
free
there ain't nobody there.
They call them free for a reason. So we got 2 good teams tonight. Shenandoah looking to kind of right the ship on the season at 5-9. You look at their opponents. Look, this is a pretty tough schedule. Look, we know that Blue River, Cowan, Greenwood Christian, we know how well coached they are. We broadcasted one of their former coaches. They play really good competition, but they've got to score points. And when you look at some nights they score 81, other nights they're scoring 24 and 28. How important is it for them to make somebody else on the defensive side of the basketball beat them besides Colvin?
Well, you know.
Which is tough to do because this is a Purdue commit. This is a D1 commit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to if you shut him down, and I don't think you're not going to shut him down. So what you got to do is you got to make sure those other 4 players out there on that floor.
Yep. And we may even see some double teams.
Don't score very many points. You know.
And I think this is a kid, obviously he's going to Purdue. We know the talent that he is. We've all seen him play. He's got the confidence from outside. He can dribble, drive to the lane, get put back dunks. We saw a few weeks ago right here in IndianaSRN. It was one of the best highlights of the season. A missed 3. He puts it back for a dunk and then runs back on the defensive side of the basketball and gets a LeBron James-type swat. He's going to see double team all night. He's going to see it all season. He has seen it all season. And I think if you're Shenandoah here, you need to get yourself into high percentage situations. That is good penetration to drive to the hole and get baskets. And on the defensive side of things, if Colvin's going to beat you, make him beat you with a hand in his face. Outside pressure, jump shots. Don't let him get to the rack, because if he gets to the rack, he's going to finish 10 out of every 10 times.
Yeah, if you get up in him and get your, like you said, get your hand in his face, and if he scores a point, you're going to say, well, what else can I do? You know, unless knocking down and fouling.
Shenandoah has lost 4 of their last 5 contests. Those coming against Blue River, University, Monroe Central, and Eastern Hancock. They beat Westell 81-56 a week ago on January the 20th. They've played 2 overtime games so far this season. You know, we always look at a schedule this time of year, and if we're being honest, it really doesn't matter come tournament time because everybody's record in week 1 of the sectional is 0-0.
Right.
So you look at this team, Bill, and what stands out to me is closing those close games. They lost to Cowan by 1 point. They were very much in a basketball game here last week at Monroe Central. Yes, they lost 36-28. Closing out games can build your confidence for that tournament.
Yeah, absolutely it can, and you know, and maybe that's what Coach Ellsworth is looking at. You know, because you're right. Come tournament time, you know, you're 0-0, and if we can make it through the sectional, get that confidence built up, that confidence is going to carry on throughout the rest of the tournament.
And this is a very good Class 3A Heritage Christian Eagle team, obviously led by Warren Wilson. They've won 6 of their last 7 contests. You look at their losses, the 3A Chittard, 2A Cecina, that's a very good basketball team. You lost to Guerin Catholic by 1. That's a very good basketball team. You lost by Chittard twice this season. Lytton Stockton is always a juggernaut down in southwestern Indiana. This is a battle-tested team. Bill, when you look at this schedule for Heritage, these are all teams that are going to be battling for a sectional championship come tournament time.
Yeah, and, you know, if you can beat them or play close game to them and maybe lose by 1 or 2 points, you know, it's you know, there's you know, it doesn't show up in the win-loss column, but it'll show up, you know, come down to tournament time. And, you know, building up with these tough teams builds confidence, again, going into the tournament.
Already crazy that we are at the end of January, February, right around the corner. The pairing show for the girls already took place. The boys coming up. We have so much high school basketball for you right here in IndianaSRN over the next 1 to 2 months heading into the IHSAA State Basketball Tournament. Again, follow us on Facebook, like on Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube for all of our upcoming games. We have so many. I looked at the schedule. You know, Keith sends me the schedule for every month, and I was kind of taking a peek ahead, and I'm going, man, we have so many basketball games. We have so many good basketball games coming up here in IndianaSRN over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we sure do. And, you know, and another thing, you know, just this past week we had a pretty hefty snowfall here. And what does that tell you? We are near tournament time, baby. And when that happens, look out.
And we had some great games last week in the city tournament. I had the privilege of calling Saturday's contest the semifinals. We saw some great basketball here. We've got a great one coming up for you. D1 recruit heading to Purdue, Mr. Colvin and the Heritage Christian Eagles. Welcome in Shenandoah right here on IndianaSRN. We'll get you set for the tip-off coming up right after this.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, It's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School on IndianaSRN as Shenandoah takes on Heritage Christian. Let's go to the PA for tonight's starting lineups. We got a good one tonight. Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Tony Donahue alongside Bill Ledlow. Bill, quickly before we get to this tip-off, I think we know the key to Shenandoah. That's simply to slow down Mr. Colvin, guy who's going to Purdue. But for Heritage Christian, don't beat yourself. This is a team that has to make sure that they rebound the basketball and convert on those free throw opportunities.
Yeah, you got to do that, and you got to go after the 50-50 balls. Both teams have to do that if you want to win this game tonight.
Here's our opening tip here on IndianaSRN. Bounced around and controlled by Heritage Christian. Luke Schnippel getting the start tonight. He's their all-purpose kind of guy. Bill, he's a guy that you're not going to see too much in the stat book, but he sets those screens, he gets those extra rebounds, and keeps the offensive flowing. Green has it right side. And, Bill, interesting here, we do not see Mr. Colvin on the floor right now. He's sitting on the bench, so maybe we can find out at halftime why he isn't starting.
You're wondering if there's an injury or if there was a discipline problem. We'll try to find that out and let you know.
Nonetheless, first three ball in the air, and it's good. And Wilson knocks it down. Heritage Christian on the board first. They lead 3-0.
He got in that corner. You got to remember where all your players are at when you're on defense.
Hillman has it up top, swings it to the right side. Here's a dribble drive up. He's hit immediately. No foul there. There was plenty of contact. And a quick turnover here by Shenandoah leads to a fast break for Heritage Christian. Schnippel has it on the right side. He'll reset the offense. Left side, they will slow it down. Loudon has it up top. Loudon can shoot the three. We've seen it several times this season. They'll go down low. Peters, dribble drive, kicks it back up top. He'll get it right back. Looks to dribble out of it. Top of the key. Ball deflected.
Almost a turnover there.
But Heritage doing a great job here, Bill, early in this possession, showing patience, trying to get a good high percentage shot. Spins out of it, dribbles up, but he's
missed it.
Peters gets the rebound off the miss, but he steps out of bounds, so the turnover will be charged to Heritage Christian, and it'll go back to Shenandoah. Let's take a quick look back at that last three ball. Just a really good-looking shot here, and he knocks it down early.
The defender got over there, but not in time, Tony.
Yeah, and when you can square your shoulders and point your feet towards that rim, you're going to have a really good chance as a three-point shooter to knock it down. Shenandoah trying to answer. Here's a three. Rattles around the rim. No good. And Peters has the rebound. The miss there goes to the Mick, and we got a carry. So back-to-back turnovers here by Heritage Christian, and Shenandoah will take over the basketball, trailing by 3.
And that's not very doesn't make Coach Wallace very happy when you have back-to-back turnovers like that.
But again, the big story here, Miles Colvin starting this game on the bench, the Purdue commit. Warm-ups are off. He did warm up in this contest. We'll try to get you more on that throughout this game as Shenandoah possesses the basketball for the third time. Here's a three, steps into it, and he knocks it down. So nice-looking three there by Brookbank, ties it up at 3.
Brookbank is their number one scorer, Tony. So you got to keep him on the floor.
Shenandoah with the 2-3 zone. They said, we're going to give you the 3 ball all night. But 2 in a row here for Heritage Christian as Wilson knocks it down to push the lead to 6-3.
Isaac Wilson is on fire right now for this Heritage Ball Club.
Here's a very high contested shot. Miss, and I think he stepped out of bounds.
Yep, stepped on the baseline.
So, Bill, not a good look there by Shenandoah. A rush shot. They do get the offensive rebound, but he steps out. And outside of that 3 that was contested, Shenandoah, Bill, if they're going to stay in this contest, they've got to get better looks at the rim towards the basket, as we talked about in the outset.
Well, the defense for Heritage right now is just, flustering Shenandoah.
Little floater in the air. Put it home by Luke Schnippel. He's got 2 on the floater, and it's an 8-3 early lead here for Heritage Christian. Shenandoah looked to answer, dribble drive, floater in the air, gets it. A nice little bucket there on the dribble drive for Brookbank, and he's got all 5 here early, Bill, for Shenandoah. Quick steal, a nice deflection there. That is Troxel, and we'll see if Troxel has it. Tries to dribble out of the double team, ball bat of the round. And I think we have a 3-second.
3-second violation.
So we'll have a 3-second violation.
So here's the thing. You got a turnover, you go down, and then you turn the ball over. Or you get a violation like that.
And it seems like they're having a hard time getting in their offensive rhythm, and checking in here for the first time with 4:21 to go in the first quarter is Miles Colvin. So we'll see at halftime if we can get the story on why Miles Colvin did not start tonight. But a nice start here by Heritage Christian. They lead 8-5 with the basketball. They break the press to Colvin. Colvin saves it.
Oh, he almost.
I thought he saved it. They're going to call his foot on the line.
Close, Tony. He was.
And, Bill, that just shows the athleticism that we're going to see out of him all night. So Shenandoah with the basketball, trailing by 3.
Coach Matt Painter's got to be happy having him come up to Purdue next year.
And those Boilermakers ranked number 1 in the country. And all my Purdue friends, including myself, I'm a Butler guy, but I'm also a Purdue guy. They said a guy with that athleticism like Colvin can be needed and used immediately. Shenandoah with the basketball. And, Bill, here early, we've seen a lot of – and Colvin gets called for the foul.
He threw the little hip into him as Brookbank tried to square towards the basket.
And Colvin, early on in a lot of these games, it's about keeping emotions in check. When you know you're the best basketball player on the floor, Bill, it's tough to think that anything's not going to go your way. He's charged for the hip check there in his first foul. Shenandoah with the basketball, trailing by 3. Pump fake, dribble drive, and Bill, the cardinal rule, don't pick up your dribble.
Right.
Does it there, leads to a turnover, but right back Demick gets the steal, and then they turn it over here. Ball bat of the round, and it's going to be.
Oh, I thought it was.
I thought it was off on Heritage Christian. Nonetheless, they will keep the possession. So,
but you know what? These 3 officials down there, they're down on the floor. They got a better look than you and I have.
Yeah, and Bill, a pretty hectic pace here early on for both sides. 3 turnovers for Shenandoah, 2 for Heritage.
And you got number 3, Doss, coming in now.
So Doss is the guy who usually starts. Doss he will control the tempo of this basketball game. He will bring the basketball up. He'll guard the best player on the court. And Colvin, with the power dribble, gets around both defenders and finger rolls it in. And Bill, his first 2 points of the night to make it 10-5. If he can get those shots all night, he might go for 40. Shenandoah immediately, though, Mastrich with another three. That is Reddick with the bucket, his first three, and it's 10-8. The three ball here early, Bill, keeping Shenandoah in this contest. Nice dribble drive here. They're going to call a foul and an and one. As Schnippel goes and gets his second shot of the evening. He's got 4 with a chance to complete the and one here with 3:01 remaining. And Bill, you got to like the looks that not only from the outside that Heritage Christian is getting, but they're getting a lot of good looks at the rim.
They sure are.
Free throw up off the back iron, no good. And Shenandoah will have it trailing by 8. They've knocked down 2 threes here early in this first quarter, 2:54 remaining. Here's another three ball outside.
Oh!
And he
Brookbank
splashes it home. He has 8 of their 11 on his second three ball of the evening, and it's a 1-point Heritage Christian lead.
He's keeping Shenandoah in this game.
And Schnippel with the fundamentals uses the pump fake off the backboard in the reverse. He's got a couple buckets here, and it's a 14-11 lead. Schnippel's a guy, as we know, Bill, who if you need somebody to score or get those aggressive shots and rebounds, he's the guy for you. Here's a three off the backboard, no good. Shenandoah, offensive rebound, spins his way out of trouble.
Brookbank again.
And Brookbank lays it in. Bill, how many's he got so far?
That's, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 9.
I believe he's got 11. Oh, and Colvin
look at that.
Raises up and hammers it home, but the foul will be on the ground before the dunk. We're going to see some highlights here, so we're gonna put our boy Matt Stein on the job here for these replays, because we're going to see some highlight type of plays here out of Colvin. That dunk goes for naught on the putback as Wilson was fouled. He'll go to line to shoot 2. First one off the rim, rattles around, no good. Schnippel will check out. He's had a huge first quarter so far with 11, and checking in for Heritage Christian is number 13, the senior Duncan. Second free throw. Rattles around and goes for Wilson. 15-13. Heritage Christian. They will pick up the pressure in the backcourt. Shenandoah looks to break the press. They get it to the middle of the court, and they do. They break the press. That's what you want to do, Bill. You want to make those crisp passes and get to the middle of the court to give yourself plenty of room to get across that timeline.
Yeah, you got to have crisp passes.
Great screen here leads to a jumper, and rattle it home for Demick. He ties it at 15 off the nice screen.
First 2 points for Demick.
Doss up and under, misses, no good. Rebound controlled by Shenandoah. They look for their first lead of the night. Ball deflected out of bounds, and Colvin gets those long arms in there for the deflection. It goes out of bounds on Shenandoah. That's their 5th turnover here of the first quarter.
You know, it was Brookbank and Colvin on the far side. And like you said, Colvin got those long arms in there, was able to bat it off of Brookbank's body.
So a fast-paced first quarter here. Minute 15 to go, tied at 15. Colvin drives, hangs in the air off the backboard, no good. Looks for the foul, didn't get it. And Shenandoah can go ahead for the first time here in the first quarter. Reddick has it up top, dishes it over to Demick. Demick down low, and it is deflected off of the hands of Hellman, the freshman, and the 6th turnover of the quarter heads to Heritage Christian with under a minute to go. They take over possession.
It's a faster-paced game than I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, and I think
especially from Shenandoah's side.
Exactly. I think this certainly favors Heritage Christian, but Shenandoah is staying in the basketball game with second-chance opportunities, and that three ball, as you know, Bill, the ultimate equalizer.
But you don't want the gas tank going dry too early for Shenandoah.
Allmeyer, who didn't start, who normally does, checks into the basketball game, averaging 7 points per contest and 1 steal, and a foul on Shenandoah.
Ready.
So Doss back in the game, the senior, has the basketball with 42 seconds to go. He'll slow up the tempo here. I would almost expect them to hold for the last shot here of the quarter with under a minute to go.
So it's the
Duncan
battle
has
of Brookbank and Colvin.
Colvin has it, dribble drive, deflected out of his hands.
There,
yep.
And it went off Brookbank.
Yep, Brookbank got his hand in the lane. I think it was the right call. Colvin was looking to dish it to the right side. The deflection made it go out of bounds right at center court as we see. Whoa. It's tough to call. We're not down there, so I'm not gonna say anything. 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Doss with the basketball. They will hold for the final shot of the quarter. Doss has it with 12 seconds to go. Looks left side. Has Duncan down low. It's turned over. Shenandoah has it. 4 seconds to go. To the lane. Dishes it off. Bucket. And he got it at the buzzer. We have reached the end of the quarter. And a big bucket there by Tomlinson, his first. It gives Shenandoah their fourth lead of the first quarter at 17-15. Industrial Sales Associates has been electromechanical component manufacturer representative for Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and Eastern Tennessee for years. Good luck to all the teams. If you want information on Industrial Sales Associates, call Rich, 317-546-1900, 17-15. Shenandoah will be back. You're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At one point in my life, alcohol ruled supreme. It was not impossible for me to wake up just as drunk as before I went to sleep, and I use the term go to sleep loosely. I think on most nights it wasn't falling asleep, it was just passing out. There was no way I was getting out of it with my own willpower, so I decided to give Wheeler a try. And since my graduation from Wheeler's program, alcohol has not had any kind of hold on me whatsoever.
Tony Donahue alongside Bill Ledlow. Let's take a look at this buzzer beater here. They just break the pressure, Bill. Nice extra pass and using that glass to perfection to give Shenandoah their first lead of the night at 17-15 at the end of the first quarter. A great bucket there. Again, 2 points for Colvin in that first quarter. He did not start. But the three ball, Bill, as you know, the ultimate equalizer has kept Shenandoah in this game. They lead by 2.
You got the basket.
Another three.
Wow.
That is their fourth three. So 12 of their 20 points coming from behind the arc. And Shenandoah has their biggest lead of the night at 20-15. That ball goes out of bounds. And on the first 2 possessions for Heritage Christian in the second quarter, they turn it over.
Three-pointer.
And just a good look, Bill. When you're wide open, you can square those shoulders to the basket. You're going to have a really good chance of putting that home, and they do.
6 points for Reddick.
So Shenandoah breaks the pressure, falls down. I don't know what exactly happened there, but a turnover, and Heritage Christian has the basketball. Colvin back to the bench with 2 points. And Doss has the basketball. Allmeyer right side. Doss keeps it, looks for the call. Heritage looking to slow it down, trying to break this 2-3 zone pressure that Shenandoah is showing.
Trying to trap him.
Yep, and they do. And he picks up his dribble, gets it out to Allmeyer. Allmeyer has it to Doss. Schnippel looks to check back in. Here's 3-ball corner pocket. Buries it. Allmeyer on the board with a bucket, and it's 20-18 Shenandoah.
Allmeyer's first 3 points of the night.
Shenandoah breaks the pressure, dribble drive, kicks to the left side, extra pass, 3-ball in the air, off the rim, no good. Doss has it. They will push the pressure. Doss keeps it himself, mid-range jumper, good.
Nothing but net.
Rattles it home for a 5-0 run here to tie it up at 20. We got a back-and-forth contest here, Bill.
And Shenandoah's staying
That's a kick.
right with him. It was a
kick basketball.
Yep.
We'll have a substitution here. Hey, Aspen Creek Grill. If you feel like treating someone special to a delicious meal, check out Aspen Creek Grill. Next time you come in for dinner, buy some gift cards to share with your friends. They have great food. Try their hand-cut fillets. Aspen Creek Grill, located in Noblesville, 317-559-3300. Bill, later on, we'll get your Aspen Creek Grill trivia question.
Another three-pointer
And that is Demick, his second. And the 3-ball keeping Shenandoah in this contest. They push it back. They answer the 5-0 run with the 3. And Doss comes back with his own, Bill. It's raining 3 balls inside of the building. 23-all with 6 minutes to go in the first half.
We had a lot of snow this week.
How about another one? This one off the front rim, no good. Allmeyer controls it. Doss has it right side. Allmeyer thinks about a 3, wide open, no. And I think, Bill, for both of these teams, look, I'm a 3-point shooter. That's all I've done my entire life. But at some point, you got to know, let's slow it down. Let's get into an offensive rhythm and get some good looks.
Right.
That's exactly what Shenandoah will do here. They'll slow it up.
You got to move. You got to move.
Turnaround jumper off the front rim. And
I think
Shenandoah got a timeout in before that jump shot. I don't think the coaching staff is going to be happy on the side of Heritage Christian for that one. But we have a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Bill, this tempo has been frantic, and that usually what we talked about would favor Heritage Christian, but 23-23, that 3-ball keeping Shenandoah in this contest.
Well, I was going to say earlier, we had a lot of snow this week.
Yeah.
A lot of snow was falling in Indianapolis. Tonight at Heritage, the 3-ball is falling in the gym here at Heritage Christian. You got Brookbank with 1. You got Reddick with 2. You got Demick with 1 for Shenandoah. For Heritage, you got 2 from Isaac Wilson, 1 from Doss, and 1 from Allmeyer. And we're not done yet.
So Shenandoah has the basketball. Off the rim, no good. Doss on the pressure, dishes it off the rim. No good on the layup. Ball batted around, and Doss gets in there and gets the offensive rebound. Colvin still on the bench. Doss thinks about a 3, fires it short. Ball batted around. Offensive rebound. Heritage Christian, I think, will have a
offensive foul.
They're going to call it here. It is a block. Wow, there was some hard contact there. I thought it was going to be a charge. The referee underneath did not see it. The referee top of the key did. The bucket is good to give Heritage Christian a 25-23 lead. And going to the free throw line to complete the and one is Duncan. Off the rim, no good, and Shenandoah has it. And we have an immediate foul by Green. Let's take a look at this replay again, Bill. Could have went either way. Maybe a little bit of a flop.
Yeah, I think he was kind of leaning a little bit.
So Reddick checks back in for Shenandoah. Ref Reps is designed in partnership with numerous state high school associations, helping officials to hone their skills and promote unity in the officiating world. Ref Reps is for the new official as well as the seasoned veteran. Call us today. Contact us at refreps.com. So back in the game is Colvin, Bill. He only has 2 points in 4 minutes of action. He missed.
So now he's playing some defense in the backcourt, but now he covers Brookbank.
And we'll try to find out at halftime why he missed the first half of that first quarter. He checked in with 4:14 remaining in that first quarter. Obvious starter on this basketball team, obvious leader, and the highest scorer for average on the team. Shenandoah shoots a 3, air ball saved, deflected again.
Wow!
And it is a nice save off the deflection. It'll lead to a corner 3, good. To the second chance opportunity there for Shenandoah. Gives them the lead, another 3. They have a 1-point advantage at 26-25.
Demick laid that one in, his second 3.
Colvin, Euro step up under, foul off the backboard, no good. And Colvin will look for his 3rd and 4th points. But look at this second chance opportunity.
There's one.
The extra effort.
Saved it there.
Get back in bounds and knock it home. So great job there of saving it twice and crashing those offensive boards. Colvin will go to the free throw stripe to shoot 2. First one is good. He's got 3. Substitutions here for Shenandoah.
Loudon, number 22, in for Heritage. And Isaac Wilson back into the lineup.
Second free throw, good. Colvin's got 4. Again, he just checked back into the game. Did not start this contest for Heritage Christian. The Eagles on their home court, leading by 1, 27-26, 4:15 to go in the first half. Here's the dribble drive for Shenandoah. Thinks about it, puts it up, and he got it with the left hand. Over Colvin with the left hand. Reddick puts it home. Colvin kicks out. Schnippel, 3-ball short. Shenandoah tracks down the rebound, deflected, and it'll go to Shenandoah. So here's the putback over Colvin. A nice usage of the left hand. Little spin out of it. What do I got? We'll go lefty. And Colvin just a little late on the swat. And Shenandoah has a lead at 28-27. They turn it over. Here's the steal. Up, under. No good. But the steal and a trip to the free throw line awarded to Caleb Loudon. Loudon will go to the line to shoot 2.
Fouls on number 33, Reddick. And that is his second foul.
So let's look back at that foul real quick. It's the free throw line. Loudon knocks down the first one for his first point of the evening.
And we're tied up again, Tony. Not what the kind of game we thought we were going to have.
28 all, but Loudon puts in his second free throw. He's got 2. That hands the lead back over to the home Heritage Christian Eagles. Colvin picks him up in the backcourt, but Shenandoah breaks the press. Double team here. Gets out of it. Extra pass. Layup. Bucket. So a nice extra pass, and the freshman Hellman puts it in with the left hand off the glass. And we have a travel. The 3-ball goes, but Wilson shuffled his feet, and the turnover charged to Heritage Christian. Heritage Christian's biggest lead has been 6. Shenandoah's biggest lead has been 5. Shenandoah with the 1-point advantage here. 3:24 to go in the first half.
If you're Shenandoah, what you got to do is take care of the ball right now because you got a 1-point lead.
And you're getting trapped in the corner. This is what you don't want. That's a travel. They did not call it.
Jump
Bill,
ball.
Here's what you don't want when you're double teamed. Not only do you have 2 defenders coming at you, that out-of-bounds line where he just was in the corner becomes a 3rd defender. Now all of a sudden it's 6-on-5 and you're being triple teamed. So you can pick up your dribble, and you have to make split-second decisions to get that basketball out of harm. There they ran out of room, and it was like 3 defenders with the trap coming to the out-of-bounds line, and a turnover. Heritage Christian has it now, trailing by 1, 3 minutes to go. Left side, 3-ball in the air, banks off the backboard, no good. Offensive rebound, put back. I thought he got fouled, but Loudon puts it in on the second chance opportunity. He's got 4.
He stayed right with it when his teammate missed.
Ball battled around, and it's going to go. Do we have a timeout?
No, but he's pointing towards Shenandoah.
So Shenandoah will maintain possession. It was close there.
So the defender for Heritage just got a hand on it, or a finger maybe.
Shenandoah with the basketball, trailing by 1. They get it in deep post, up under, blocked, and Colvin. And
that's what they wanted.
Yep, and here's what happens, Bill, down there. You get those big trees in Colvin, and when your hands are straight up, they're not going to call a foul. But I talked about this last week in the city tournament. As soon as you put your hands down like you're swatting at the basketball, 10 out of 10 times the IHSAA officials are going to call that.
And going to the free throw line is Hellman.
And I thought it was a good call. First free throw, good. Ties it at 31, 2:28 to go.
Andrew Wiggins comes back in for Heritage.
So Wiggins out there. Alongside Green, Colvin. Second free throw, good. Heritage Christian now trailing by 1 with the basketball. They will slow it up. Loudon has it. He's got 4 points on the night. Gets the screen from Colvin, drives, fouled, couldn't get it to go, but he will earn himself a trip to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Well, that was a good move by him because, you drive, you got fouled. So now you go to the free throw line, add to your point total, maybe here.
Loudon's first free throw is good. He's got 5. Just a nice dribble drive. He hung in the air, got the contact, got the shot off, but missed it. But earned himself a trip to the free throw line. Second free throw up and off the rim, no good. 32 all, 2:15 to go. Shenandoah pushes the tempo. They get it across the timeline. Extra pass deflected. Doss on the ground. Battle for it. They have a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Shenandoah.
No, we got a timeout by Shenandoah.
I wonder if that was before.
Did they have possession?
I don't know about that one. Nonetheless, they were awarded the timeout. So they will not only keep the possession arrow, but they will have the basketball with 2:06 remaining. 32 all. Hoosier Basketball Magazine is in its 53rd year. Order today. HoosierBasketball-magazine.com, 317-925-8200. Follow the top players in high school and college basketball. Thanks to Kip Wessner and Hoosier Basketball Magazine for their support of IndianaSRN. Bill, how do you play this last 2:06? We thought that the tempo and the fast pace would favor Heritage Christian. The Shenandoah has been able to stay in this contest and really has taken control this second quarter.
Yeah, and we talked about this in our pregame that with Shenandoah having only scored 40 points a game, they might try to slow things down. They're not slowing it down, man. They're staying right with Heritage. So you got the ball now, 2 minutes to go. You got to score a point here, I think.
So Shenandoah has it. We go under 2 minutes, 1:58. I don't know why the PA guy's talking during play, but nonetheless, ball missed by Shenandoah. Colvin dribble drives up, and he'll put it off the rim. Got it. He's got 6, and you just see the speed and the tempo that Colvin can show. What a burst of speed to the rack.
You know he wanted to slam dunk it, but he just didn't have the grip on the ball. Now another turnover by Shenandoah.
Colvin goes up with it, off the rim, no good. Tip back in. The bucket for Loudon. He's got 8.
Loudon's come off the bench and has sparked this Heritage ball club.
Yeah, with him on the basketball court, Heritage Christian on a 12-4 run.
Oh, now three-point play at the other end, maybe.
And the bucket for Truxell goes in, and he'll head to the free throw line, looking to make this a one-point contest.
And the foul was on Heritage. Truxell's first 2 points of the night.
So Truxell, who has done a great job of taking care of the rebounds. He's got 4 rebounds so far. We'll look to add to that total to complete the three-point play.
Cannon Case has come back in for Shenandoah.
Free throw smacks off.
Nice little bounce and roll.
Yeah, gets the road roll with the smack off the backboard. And it's 36-35, minute 9 to go. Heritage with the ball, jump shot off the rim, no good. And there's Truxell with his 5th rebound, tracks it down. And here comes Shenandoah looking to retake the lead.
Yep, there he is in that corner again, Tony.
And they trapped him, and it's going to lead to a deep pass. Colvin throws it down! Throws it down! The highlight right here on IndianaSRN, 38-35. Colvin's got 8 with the hammer. We knew
a hammer.
And he steals it, and they're going to call a foul here.
That's his 3rd foul.
Let's go back and look at that steal and the slam here. Nice outlet pass. He says, get out of the way. Hammers it home.
The defender just said, hey, I'm going to lay back and let you have it.
So the slam there. I don't think that'll be the last one we see tonight there, Bill Ludlow.
Doss checks back in for Heritage, and Colvin's going to set for the last 36 seconds here.
And I like it here because if I'm Shenandoah, I'm saying, all right, let's hold for the last shot here. We're down 3. Let's get it across the timeline, and let's set up for a good shot here. They have the basketball. Now they have a 3-on-2, though. Extra pass. Truxell left-handed off the backboard and in. And it's a 1-point Heritage Christian lead. They have the basketball. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Right side. Dribble down low. Peters has it, and he's going to travel. He shuffled the puppies and got called for the travel. And Shenandoah, who we thought would hold for the last shot, got a good extra pass for an easy layup. And they have the basketball with 14 seconds remaining in this first half.
If you take care of the basketball, go down the floor, you can take the lead going into halftime.
Inbound to Truxell, gets it back right side. Brookbank, he's had a good first half here. 6 seconds to go. Back up top. Hellman has it. Hellman dishes it. Floating three off the backboard. Good. He put it in.
Oh!
The three ball.
Banked off the backboard. Oh, my.
The backboard is open for Demick, and it gives Shenandoah on a 5-0 run in the remaining 34 seconds of the first half. They go to halftime with the lead. It was kind of a broken play. He throws it up, and Demick puts it in off the backboard. He's got three balls in the first half, and we have reached halftime where Shenandoah leads 40-38. Tony Donahue alongside Bill Ledlow. And Bill, if this second half is anything like that final 5 seconds, we are in for a great contest here
got a doozy
in the
going
second half.
here.
Let's take a break. We got a halftime show coming up for you, and we will look at the keys to the second half as well. At halftime, Shenandoah 40-38 over Heritage Christian. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
Today, greed, selfish interest, and barefaced corruption seem all the fashion. America needs great men of tolerance who can give honest debate to the great issues of the day. I've seen mostly squabbling, men squandering their time, being wolves to one another. Yet, I'm not without hope. We still have Freemasonry. Yes, the same Freemasons that helped create this country have always provided great men when needed. And today, in every city and town in America, Freemasonry is still providing that special place where young men can find their greatness and accomplished men can give something back. Yes, in this time of great hope, it is my hope that America will see that Freemasonry is a national treasure that cannot be separated from our country's future.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christian. We are Heritage.
I am Heritage.
We are Heritage.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian Basketball. We are at halftime. The Shenandoah Raiders and the Heritage Christian Eagles. Shenandoah holding a 2-point lead at 40-38. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the second half action right here on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
It's recess here from Heritage Christian High School. It's Hawaii night, and it is hot when it comes to the three-point shots here. Bill Ledlow alongside Tony Donahue. Shenandoah with a surprising 40-38 lead at halftime. Bill, we have seen a lot of three-pointers. None better than that buzzer beater off the backboard to end the first half, handing all the momentum back to Shenandoah and a 2-point lead here at halftime. Let's take a look back real quick at that buzzer beater off the backboard, Bill.
It hit that backboard, it went in, then it came back out, then it went back in, and you got to be living right, baby, to get a shot like that. Unofficially, I've got like roughly 11 three-pointers for both teams combined tonight, and we still got 16 minutes of action of basketball left, so raining three-pointers.
And as much as you'd like to see the three-pointer go in, Bill, and that is obviously the ultimate equalizer, how important in the second half is it going to be to not fall in love with that three ball, use that pump fake to drive and get better looks?
You got to, because if I've said it many times, you live by the three, you're going to die by the three. If you rely on that too much and forget the fundamentals to drive inside and score the easy two and maybe get fouled and go for the old-fashioned three, if you rely on the big three, it may come back and haunt you before the game's over.
When we come back, Bill Ledlow will give you some first half stats, so we'll get you ready for the second half of action from Heritage Christian High School. It's Shenandoah 40-38. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We're back here from Heritage Christian High School on IndianaSRN. An exciting second half coming up for you. Tony down here alongside Bill Ledlow. Shenandoah gets the basketball, 40-38 leaders. Bill, will get some stats here from that first half coming up at our first stop of play.
If you're Shenandoah, you scored the points to take the lead at halftime, and you get the ball to start the second half.
So I talked to the coaching staff of Heritage Christian at halftime. They said they have to work to do a better job of beating the pressure and getting better looks. I also asked head coach Wilson, I said, hey, why didn't Colvin start the game tonight? And he said, coach's decision. So we will leave it at that for the Purdue commit. Troxel hasn't stolen away. First turnover of the half.
He didn't take care of the ball, but he was able to retrieve the loose ball.
So Troxel turns it over, then gets it back on the steal, and Shenandoah will have it for their second possession of the second half.
There's that 50-50 ball that they got. Now they got to come down and convert.
And they have a 2-point lead. Cross-court pass, corner three ball, short off Colvin's hand, offensive rebound, and we'll see. I think it's a block, and it is. So Colvin is going to be called for, I believe, his fourth?
I got him for 4.
We'll look down to the scorer's stand here, and they will substitute in immediately. So Colvin will head to the bench with his 4th foul. Not been the best night for old Colvin, who didn't get to start in tonight's contest.
4th foul, and only 8 points on the night. He averages about 18 a game.
Yeah, I thought it was it could have went either way. Inbound pass nonetheless goes to Shenandoah. Battles out of it. Dribble drive off the backboard. Good. A nice bucket there for Tomlinson. The junior puts it in off the glass. And it's a 42-38 lead for Shenandoah. Heritage Christian looking for their first points of the second half. 1:10 gone by. Peters has it deflected right into the hands of Wilson, who puts it in off the backboard. Bill, right place, right time for Wilson. And he cuts this lead to 2.
Wilson's got 9 points on the night with that one.
Shenandoah with the basketball. Blocked. Troxel tries to save it out of bounds.
He should have just left it go, Tony, because it was last touch by a Heritage Christian ball player.
Bill, real quick before Heritage takes this possession, a lot of threes, but some points scored there in that first half.
Yeah, you got 11 from Demick for Shenandoah. And then you got, you had 8 from Colvin. And that's not bad for a guy that did not start this ballgame.
Yeah, Loudon kind of stepping up. He's one of those guys that's their secondary scoring and can step up when needed. Schnippel has it down low, and he's blocked, but they're going to call a foul. So Luke Schnippel will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, looking to tie this contest at 42 apiece.
Foul was on number 30, Thomason.
And Bill, I think with Colvin on the bench with 4 fouls, he's going to sit out the remainder of this third quarter.
Yeah, you got to. You can ill-advised to lose him right now.
Free throw, good. One more to tie it. Free throw, good. 2 for 2 from the stripe there, and we're tied at 42. 6:02 to go in the third quarter.
Little backcourt pressure here by the Eagles.
Shenandoah breaks the press. Dribble drive out of it. Almost a little too cute there. Picks up his dribble, dishes it. Troxel has it. He'll dribble with his left hand. Goes up. I think it's going to be on the ground. I think the foul will be on the ground. It will be. And Shenandoah will set themselves up for an out-of-bounds play here.
It's going to be against Wilson, and that's his first.
42 all with 5:46 to go.
Okay, second foul.
Inbound pass deflected, stolen immediately. That's 3 turnovers here, and they get it right back. So 2 of the 3 turnovers for Shenandoah, they've immediately gotten right back. Bodies flying everywhere, off the backboard, no good, batted around. And the rebound is controlled by Schnippel and Heritage Christian.
Brookbank just couldn't get the ball to fall on that.
3-ball, left hand, shot off the rim, no good. Shenandoah with the rebound, and they will look to set it up. 42 apiece with 5:15 to go. Left-handed dribble, middle of the court, gets it back out. Troxel sets the screen, jumper, short, batted around. I think that's going to be an a foul on Schnippel. Schnippel hammered him on the offensive rebound.
He did, didn't he?
And Tomlinson jaws the foul, and that'll be the third foul here in this third quarter for Heritage Christian. Yeah, just going for the basketball, uses the body. So mass substitutions here. And Allmeyer will check back in for Heritage Christian. Holman inbounds it up top, controlled by Tomlinson. Tomlinson corner, swing pass, corner three, buckets. Splash down for Hellman. The freshman puts it in.
His first three of the night.
It's 45-42 in favor of Shenandoah. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunity. Skied for Luke Peters, and he puts it in. And that's what he can do. He is an aggressor. He will get to the rack. He gets it there on the offensive putback and gets a bucket to cut it to a one-point game.
Kick it out. There you go.
Yep. Shenandoah has it. Left side, he stepped out of bounds.
He stepped on that sideline, Tony.
And he did. An unforced turnover there, and the ball will go back to
when you get the ball that close to the sideline, you got to know where it's at.
And, Bill, how important is it here if you're Heritage Christian to continue to maintain tempo in this game with Colvin on the bench?
You know, you got to maintain it, man. And you got to score points.
Yep, Doss has it. Dishes
Take care of the ball.
Left side, Green. Green to Doss. Doss three ball, and he knew it all along. Splash it home, and it's a 2-point advantage now for the Eagles of Heritage Christian.
That's 8 points now for Doss. His second three of the night. And we got a hold on Heritage Christian.
Yeah, and this tempo is going back and forth.
Doss.
Yep, let's take a look back at the three. Doss knew it. Nice screen there, set up by Peters. Knock it down. Splash house for the three. Hey, Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe is a new spot for breakfast or lunch, open Wednesday through Sunday. Try our classic breakfast and our sweet baked goods located in Lawrence. Check us out. Tam's 6427 Oak Landon Road, 317-760-1640, and a sweet three ball there. An answer from the left corner, and it's 47-48. Shenandoah with the lead. Doss tries to answer, and he does. Doss puts it in from the same spot. He's got back-to-back threes, and it's 50-48 Heritage Christian. What a tempo we've seen here tonight, Bill.
That three-pointer by Shenandoah was by Mitchell.
Ball batted around, deflected. Peters gets it. He'll go to the rack, up, off the backboard. Good. It's a quick 8-3 run by Heritage, and they lead it by 4 with their best player on the bench. Shenandoah will look for an answer here. Thought about the corner three, picks up his dribble, back up top. Brookbank has the basketball. He'll shoot a three, short, no good. That was pressured.
It's starting to hurt him now, Tony.
Yeah, that was pressured and high contested nonetheless. And Heritage has the ball. Allmeyer dribble drive off the back rim, no good. Peters bats it around, finds Schnippel. Schnippel puts it in, splash house, and it is a 6-point lead on a 10-3 run for Heritage Christian at 54-48 with 2:35 to go.
They're starting to take control now.
With Colvin on the bench nonetheless.
Exactly.
Troxel has it. Peters takes it away.
Oh,
Doss has it. Up, foul, and he'll go to the line. So the steal leads to a Doss breakaway, and he can add to this 10-3 run here in the third quarter for Heritage Christian as they lead 54-48 with 2:19 to go.
The tempo picked up quite a bit now.
And you knew
that was on Reddick.
Bill, we talked about this in the outlet. If this was going to be a track meet, you thought that Heritage Christian would have the advantage. Shenandoah proved in that first half that they could hang with them. But now here in the second half, it's turning, and Heritage Christian on an 11-3 run after that free throw goes in.
Here comes that turnover. Foul was on Reddick. Doss hits them both.
Knocks it down. It's a 12-3 run for Heritage Christian. They lead by 8 with their best player, and Miles Colvin on the bench.
Now, if you're Shenandoah, You got to maybe slow it down, get some points.
And I like what they did here. They got to the rack. They didn't finish. Offensive rebound, battle around, scooped up, bucket off the back iron, no good.
Now we're going to get a foul on number 30.
So I like the aggression to go to the rim and get a high percentage shot. You miss, you get the offensive rebound, but you can't commit a foul 78 feet away from the basket. 4 fouls for Heritage Christian.
Well, they called that foul on Mitchell.
And Shenandoah has committed 3 here in the third quarter. Doss has it. Looks to break the full court press. He does. He'll dribble drive, power dribble, step back. He got hit. Peters bails him out and missed it. Ball batted around again, and Shenandoah has it, trailing by 8.
Under 2 minutes to go. Shenandoah has to take care of the ball.
Yeah, they need a bucket here.
And they
almost turn it
lost
over. The pressure and the length and the athleticism for Heritage Christian catching up here to Shenandoah. And we're going to have
a foul on number 4, Allmeyer.
So Allmeyer commits his, I believe, second foul.
His second foul. That's what I got him for, and that's what the official scores got him.
Yep. So Shenandoah will look to get something here out of the inbound pass, and Heritage Christian will take a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:19 to go in the third quarter. 56-48 Heritage Christian. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At one point in my life, alcohol ruled supreme. It was not impossible for me to wake up just as drunk as before I went to sleep, and I use the term go to sleep loosely. I think on most nights it wasn't falling asleep, it was just passing out. There was no way I was getting out of it with my own willpower, so I decided to give Wheeler a try. And since my graduation from Wheeler's program, alcohol has not had any kind of hold on me whatsoever.
Tony Donahue alongside Bill Ledlow here in the third quarter. Bill, it's been 18-8 in favor of Heritage. They've really taken over and been able to take advantage of turnovers.
I think what they did, when Colvin picked up that 4th foul, they kind of got together and said, let's rally around Miles Colvin now. And they stepped up their defense. They stepped up their scoring. Like Tony said, outscoring them 18-8 here in the third quarter.
So it's been all Heritage, and impressively enough, Bill, doing it without their best player in Miles Colvin, who's been on the bench with 4 fouls. Shenandoah with the basketball. It's a 12-3 run here for Heritage Christian.
There's not a lot of movement on Shenandoah right now.
Yeah. Ball deflected, and Peters got his hand in there. It's stolen away by Doss. Doss will slow it up with under a minute to go. I like the decision there, Bill, to slow it up with under a minute to go and possibly get a good look with under probably 20 to 15 seconds to go here in the in the third quarter.
Yeah, you definitely want a good look here. And that's what Coach Wallace is telling them.
Doss has it up top, 30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
So if you're Shenandoah, you pull your defense out, confront him a little bit, make him move the ball.
Peters trapped in a corner. A nice dish down low off the backboard. Allmeyer puts it in, but a dime by Luke Schnippel, and it's a 10-point advantage at 58-48 in favor of Heritage Christian. We'll have to see that one again. Turnaround jumper here off the backboard, no good. Heritage has it, 2 seconds, 1 second. Put up, Schnippel! Got it, it's a horn! They count it! Luke Schnippel at the horn, puts it in, and it's a 60-48 lead for Heritage Christian in the midst of a 16-3 run. We've reached the end of the third quarter here on IndianaSRN. He definitely got that one off, and it's a 12-point lead after 3 in favor of Heritage Christian. We'll be back with exciting fourth quarter action right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
A big third quarter for Heritage Christian finds the home Eagles up 60-48 over Shenandoah here on IndianaSRN. Tony Donahue alongside Bill Ledlow, and what a third quarter we saw there out of Heritage Christian.
22 points in that third quarter to take this commanding lead. Colvin back into the lineup now, Tony.
Colvin back in the game with 4 rebounds. Up and slam it! The backdoor alley-oop for the slam. Colvin's got 12, and it's the biggest lead of the night for Heritage Christian at 14.
Colvin says, even though I got 4, look what I can do.
Jump shot right side off the rim, rattles home. And a much-needed bucket there for Shenandoah. Cuts it to a 62-50 margin. Doss has it. He'll slow it down. Hey, Jack Cherry Insurance. Please contact them for all of your insurance needs. From family to car to business and home, an insurance company to serve you. 317-894-7000.
Colvin thought about it. He was on the wing over there.
Doss swing pass back up top. Colvin for 3. Good. Got it. And that's why he's a D1 player. He's got 15. He's got the last 5 off the bench. And it's a 65-50 advantage. Here's a 3-ball answer for Shenandoah.
Brookbank.
And Brookbank again. He's had a nice night from downtown. He puts it home.
Trying to keep them close here, but...
And Bill, I'll ask you this. Slowing it down here on the offensive side and eliminating as many possessions as you can seems to be the way to go here for Heritage. But when you have a D1 athlete and Colvin on the court, it's sometimes hard to do.
And we got a foul, offensive foul on...
And let's go back. Bill. Yeah, Bill, let's go back and look at this slam jam. Backdoor, nice screen there by Peters, and it sets up Colvin for the dunk.
That foul was on Luke Peters, his first. And, you know, he just kind of drifted behind the defense. The defense lost him.
Hard to let the D1 commit to Purdue. Slip down that back door, but he does. And Colvin comes up with a steal, so with 6:15 to go, Heritage in control, leading by 12. Their highest margin of lead so far this game is 14. 3-ball, Doss in the air, back of the backboard, no good. It's a 3-on-2, nice extra pass.
There we go.
And misses it. Doss has it, and here we go. Allmeyer brings it up. He will make contact, and it's going to be a block. So Allmeyer will head to the free throw line to shoot 2, looking to add to this 12-point advantage with 5:50 to go.
Dimmick, I think. Well,
just got there a second too late.
Number 12, Hellman, is called for the foul.
Just got there about a second too late on Hellman.
Allheimer looking to add to his point total. I laid the old jinx on him, Tony.
The announcer jinx alive and well here on IndianaSRN.
The suit jacket from Coach Wallace has come off. And now they pull the defense off the line.
And he puts it in. So 66-53 the advantage here for Heritage Christian. Hey, Jack's Donuts has great donuts made and served fresh every day, plus great tasting coffee. Stop by at Jack's Donuts at 9105 East 56th Street or in your neighborhood. Tell Lee Markham we said hello and thank you for his support. Jack's Donuts, the official donut of IndianaSRN. We have a foul here that'll put the 1-and-1 in effect for Shenandoah.
It's on Duncan.
This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. First of the 1-and-1. Jump shot, free throw, got it to go. So Brookbank has had a big night, adds to his total with 1 there.
He's got 13 on the night, Tony.
He'll look for his 14th point here and to cut it to an 11-point game. Jump shot, free throw. Good. Nice touch there by Brookbank. 66-55, 5:39 to go. You got to think, Bill, if Shenandoah, once back in this contest, is going to have to start with the stop on the defensive end.
Going to have to stop, force turnovers, get that 50-50 ball.
Colvin left side, dribbles out of it. They'll slow it back up.
Brookbank wouldn't let him have that drive.
Yep, Loudon has it. He'll slow it down, looking for something. Colvin calls out to the mans. Doss to the left side. Colvin has it up top. 5:03 to play. Colvin, power dribble to the left, dishes it left side. 3 ball in the air, off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Heritage. Doss thought about a 3.
Duncan comes away with the rebound.
And it's back up top to Loudon. Doss has it in the corner. They will slow it up. Time on the side of the Eagles of Heritage Christian with 4:40 to play. Loudon has it. Dribble drive, power dribble, up, under, and he's going to be fouled. Put him on the free throw line to shoot 2 with 4:37 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Hellman's called for the foul, his third.
Don't forget, we'll have our Piper Logistics player of the game coming up. I may switch it up here a little bit. I hope Jerry and Keith don't mind. We may have the play of the game because anytime we can go back and look at a Miles Colvin dunk, I'll take that 10 out of 10 times. First free throw, no good. Loudon's second free throw, short. So Shenandoah gets away with it. No points on this possession for Heritage Christian. Dish down low, left side. Shenandoah up under, right-hand hook off the rim, no good. Doss controls the rebound. Doss will push it.
Fast tempo.
Dribble drive, floater, got it.
Oh.
Rattles it home. And it's a 68-55 game. And it looks like Sean Deaton will check in for the first time here for Heritage Christian. Shenandoah with the basketball, and he throws it simply out of bounds. And really, Bill, you talk about the fast-paced tempo here for Heritage Christian. They got a bunch of buckets in transition, but really that defense was too much for Shenandoah to handle, and that's why we see this at a 13-point contest.
Yeah, you look at Dawson. He's got, I roughly got him for 15 points on the night. And you know, half of that is coming here in the second half. You know, you got those 2 big threes in the third quarter. We got a timeout, a 30-second timeout by Heritage.
And I think this is one to get a defensive substitution in here. Colvin with 4 fouls. You still don't want him to foul out, even though this game is a 13-point contest halfway through the fourth quarter. But, Bill, I think if you're Shenandoah, you have to push the tempo here, and defensive stops have to lead to offensive baskets.
We're almost at a halfway point in this fourth quarter, and I talked about it earlier in the game. Maybe the gas is getting empty in the tank for Shenandoah. Well, you know, I mean, you saw how fast Heritage was moving the ball. Shenandoah trying to keep up with them. They just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and they lived and kind of died, as you mentioned, by that three-pointer. They haven't fallen here in the second half. They got into a track meet early with Heritage Christian. They competed for the first half, but it was a massive third quarter, 20-8 in favor of Heritage, and they have a 13-point lead here with just under half the quarter to play in the fourth. Doss tries to dribble out of it, and he's fouled immediately.
He was trapped on the sideline. I think Shenandoah players wanted to travel.
Yeah.
The foul's on Johnny Howard, his first.
And we've got a charge, it looks like. And I think it was a block there down low by Duncan, used his hip, and a turnover there. So Shenandoah trailing by 13. And, Bill, they are in the 1-and-1 here, so important to get a good look going downhill. And I believe it is a 1-and-1, but you don't shoot the 1-and-1 on an offensive rebound.
Offensive, no.
You don't shoot the 1-and-1 on an offensive rebound. Yeah, so on an offensive rebound or an offensive foul, it does not put the opposition on the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Shenandoah with the basketball. Nice second effort there lowers the shoulder after thinking about the three, and Hellman is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Fouls on number 5, and that's Deaton.
And I think so far, Bill, throughout this entire contest, it's been very, very well officiated here.
It has been. These guys knew what they were getting into coming in here tonight.
So first free throw up and good. Cuts it to a 12-point game. And I think, Bill, you're going to need free throws and as many three-pointers as you can get to get back into this contest, as the second free throw is good to cut it to 11. Doss has it up top.
Heritage, because they can take the air out of the ball.
And I'm slowing it down here. Look, you're up by 11 points. The best way to eliminate possessions is to slow it up here. But if you get a bucket like that, you put it in, and off the backboard goes Duncan on the nice extra pass, and it's 70-57. Shenandoah well over their average of 40 points per contest with 57, still trail by 13. And they're going to have to get as many baskets off here as possible late in this fourth quarter.
No movement from Shenandoah.
Nice backdoor cut. And it goes off the hands on the bounce off of Reddick. And the turnover goes to Heritage. So with 3 minutes to go here, Bill, up 13. I think you need to slow it down and say, look, you're either going to foul us or you might not get the basketball back. We're going to try to dribble this out and get the best look we can with maybe under 2 minutes to go.
And that's what Doss is doing right now, Tony. He just walking the ball up across the timeline. Now they start to move.
Yep, and there's the foul. So 1-on-1.
Foul is on Demick. His first.
And not the worst option you could ask for. You put Doss on the free throw line. Yes, he's a good shooter, but you make them earn these 2 points from the line. Makes the first. 71-57.
Yeah, you're hoping they'll miss them because, you know, they don't score no points. Clock stop.
Free throw good.
But you get a free throw shooter like Doss. He's going to nail them every time.
Shenandoah with the basketball, trailing by 15. Here's a 3-ball air ball, or hits the rim. It didn't look good out of his hand from where we were.
Didn't.
Schnippel has it. He will slow it up. 2:28 to go.
And that's what Heritage is doing.
Back up top, Loudon finds Colvin. He's had a few highlights tonight. Gets up under the rim and puts it in. I believe he's got 17. It's a 17-point lead, the highest of the evening for Heritage Christian at 74-57. Corner 3, off the rim, no good. Colvin Skies for the rebound. And with under 2 minutes to go, he's going to push it cross court, kicks it back out to Doss. We got to travel. So let's look back at this dribble drive. He gets into the lane, thinks about it, and scoop up and under, uses that rim as a defender.
He had 2 defenders there, went between them, still got a alley-oop shot.
So Shenandoah,
unbelievable player.
Looking to end on a high note here, trailing by 17. They led at halftime, Bill. Here's a bucket off the back end, off the rim, no good. Doss Skies for the rebound, pushes it forward. Beautiful bounce pass to Loudon. Loudon dishes it off. Colvin stuffed by the rim, gets it back off the backboard and good. He's got 19 on the and one. Put him on the line.
Now we got a
T.
Foul. Technical foul on Colvin.
Yeah.
That's his 5th.
Yep, so he's out. And I'll say this, look, and it is what it is. This is probably the 5th or 6th Heritage Christian game I've done. Colvin has plenty of potential, plenty of ability. But when things don't go his way, or he tries to flex,
here we go again.
He usually doesn't turn out well for the Purdue commit. So missed, got the putback. So he'll get the and one attempt, and then he's out of the game. So that's his 5th. And the coaches here at center court exchanging some words.
But if it is his 5th foul, do you let him shoot the free throw?
So you have to shoot the free throw, and then you're eliminated from the game, I do believe. The ref's doing a great job of calling it away. Colvin's been flexing since he checked back in the 3rd quarter with his 4th foul. He's got 19.
They're still talking to Coach Ellsworth of Shenandoah.
And he's got a swagger that you can't. He is going to come out of the game. So with the Tech, he is eliminated from competition with 19 points. And McGee will check in for the first time.
McGee will shoot the free throw.
And he will try to finish off the and one. Bill, I'll say this. Just unnecessary. You're up 19 points.
You don't need to, exactly.
You don't need to show up the other team. You don't need to flex. Because what I know is next year, if you do that at Wisconsin or at Illinois or at IU, it ain't going to turn out well for you.
And Coach Matt Painter will not put up with that.
Nope. So McGee checks in off the bench, does a great job knocking down the free throw. It's a 20-point advantage. And we will walk it the other way, so 2 technical free throws coming up for Shenandoah, and they will maintain possession.
Number 12, Hellman, will go to the free throw line and shoot the 2 technicals.
Yep. Hellman's had a good game. First free throw rattles in good. He'll have one more. Shenandoah will then have possession. Second free throw, good. It's an 18-point, 77-59 lead with 1:33 to go. So we'll have a timeout here charged to Shenandoah. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here from Heritage Christian High School with 1:33 to go. The Eagles on Hawaii night lead 77-59. Tony Donahue alongside Bill Ledlow. But Bill, the big story here has been the Purdue commit, Miles Colvin. He doesn't start the game due to coach's decision. Doesn't check into the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Gets in foul trouble. Misses most of the second quarter, half of the third quarter. He has 19 points, but he just fouled out on a technical foul after a putback and one. Puts him on the bench for the remaining 1:33. Shenandoah 3-ball good. 77-62. We will have our Piper Logistics play of the game coming up. Schnipple kicks it back out, 3-ball good. And it's the first bucket of the night. Goes to Deaton from top of the key. He just checked in when Colvin fouled out, and it's 80-62 in favor of Heritage. I want to say thanks to Eric Eaton and Matt Stein doing a great job tonight here at IndianaSRN. Bill Ledlow, Tony Donahue. For everybody at IndianaSRN, thank you for joining us here on a Friday night hoops action. Don't forget to follow us, like us on Twitter and Facebook. Major schedule coming up in the month of February when it comes to high school basketball games right here on IndianaSRN. First free throw for Shenandoah off the rim, rattles around and goes for
Reddick.
Reddick's had a pretty big night, Bill.
Yeah, I got him. That's his. I got him for his 9th point. He can get into double figures here with this shot.
Second free throw, good. 80-64. And, Bill, we talk about this game when it comes down to it, a tale of two halves.
Yeah, you used all your energy in that first half.
Doss has it, breaks out of it, another three, left side, rattles around, no good. And it's going to be a foul on the offensive rebound by Heritage Christian. And Shenandoah will take over with 47.7 seconds to go, trailing 80-64.
Fouls on number 33 for Heritage Christian. And going back to the line is Hellman for Shenandoah.
So puts that one in to make it 80-65.
But if you're Coach Ellsworth of Shenandoah, even though you're going to lose this, you got to be pretty pleased the way your ball club came out, fought against a good 3A ball club.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of say, hey, you know what? The scoreboard's not really going to show trailing by 14 with 47 seconds to go. Not really going to show it. But look, this shows that when we get into our sectional, we just competed against a D1 athlete and some other great athletes. Here's a nice pass by Doss down low, dishes it off, and into the scoring column for Heritage Christian.
Paterno.
Yep, we'll give that to Paterno on the bucket. It's 82-66. Backdoor pass here up and fouled. And Shenandoah will send
on Deaton.
And they'll send Mitchell to the line for two with 21.2 seconds remaining. Hey, if you like what you see tonight, let us know. Send us an email, coach@IndianaSRN.org. If you'd like to help us get more student athletes on the air, go to our website, IndianaSRN.org. Hit that donate button today. IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. Back iron free throw, no good. At the end of the game, we'll have the Colvin putback dunk as our Piper Logistics play of the game. Excuse me, the alley-oop dunk. He had a putback in the last game. I did it theirs 2 weeks ago. Second free throw. Got it. Friendly roll. 15-point Heritage Christian lead here. And I think if you're Dosh, you just wisely dribble it out. But he throws up a James Harden three ball. Bounces off the ground. And Deaton is there to clean it up. He's got 5 in the fourth quarter in his first minutes of action. Shenandoah looking to stay with it. And that'll do it. No good here. And it was a major second half for Heritage Christian as they knock off the visiting Shenandoah by a score of 84-67. Our Piper Logistics play of the game goes to none other than Miles Colvin. And again, the story here with Miles Colvin was certainly the fact that he didn't start, got himself into foul trouble, but nonetheless, as we know on any given night, can give us a high-flying acrobatic dunk. And here's our Piper Logistics play of the game, backdoor slam. Great pass there. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation. We do it all. From Heritage Christian, the Eagles, 84-67 winners tonight as they move their record to 8-6 for the entire IndianaSRN crew. And Bill Ledlow, I'm Tony Donahue. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.